everyone, and welcome back to It All Starts With a Wish podcast. My name is Rachel.
And I'm Mark.
And I'm feeling a little under the weather.
Yeah, I think we all are.
It's like another surge of sickness is happening.
Never ending. With a child that's young, it's just never end. It's just a cycle. True. Once you get better, it happens again. It strikes again.
You get like a good week, you know?
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
I was going to say you get like a good 3 days. And then, well, bam.
Half a week.
You're back in it. No, but we went into the big city today.
We did.
We went to an aquarium in the big city. I won't call out any certain names. But you know what? To our point of our episode a few weeks ago of, is Disney worth it? I just want to say this before we jump into what we're about to talk about today. Last night, we went to a comedy night. Mm-hmm. Now, that comedy night was to benefit a Boy Scout troop. So, you know, the intent, you go to something that's a fundraiser expecting to spend a lot of money. So I'm not complaining about that. But I do want to indicate that for a 4-hour time slot, in which there was about 2 hours of that was an actual comedy show.
Right.
We paid $80 for the two of us. Again, it's a fundraiser, right? But we paid $80 for the two of us to go to that. We spent about $20 in raffle tickets. We spent about $20 in alcohol. That's $120.
Right there.
For
already.
4 hours. The equivalent of 1 day park ticket for one of us. We spent in just 4 hours. Today, we went to the aquarium. And we got tickets. Pro tip, a lot of libraries. I don't know if this is across the country, but especially in the Northeast, libraries have discounted or sometimes free passes that you can get through your local library with your library card.
You can't skip over libraries, man.
50%
I feel like they're
off.
going extinct.
50% off. We got into the aquarium today at half price.
Yeah.
So the price of one ticket, what should have cost us one ticket, got both of us in. It still cost us $34. Half off. That's not counting the $10 it cost to park in the parking garage. If we had parked in the parking garage that was right there, it would have cost $42 to park.
That is just crazy to me.
We walked a third of a mile.
That expensive.
We walked a third of a mile to park in a cheaper parking garage. But $10 for that. $35 for lunch, which we split 3 chicken nuggies and a
like
French
chicken
fries.
Tenders.
Okay, we split 3 chicken tenders, French fries, and some mozzarella sticks. It cost $35.
Yeah. That's up there with Disney prices.
So over the course of 2 days, for that limited entertainment, we went to the aquarium for 3 hours.
We could have both went to Disney
a whole day of Disney. A whole day of Disney entertainment. So people who say that Disney's not worth it, it's too expensive, I beg to differ. You do anything, it's going to be expensive. And you know what? I think Disney gives you the best bang for your buck. So anyways, if you want to book a trip, reach out to Rachel Armello at MickeyTravels.com. That's my little tangent for the day. What are we actually talking about today? Oh, we went to the aquarium. And the aquarium that we went to is right on a wharf or a pier in the big city. And it reminded me of the Boardwalk in Villas in Walt Disney World. So I think it's time that we do another hotel review.
I think so too. It's been a while.
It has been a little while. I will say these are not the most popular of our episodes, which is why we haven't done one of these recently.
Yeah.
Even less popular have been the food reviews. I think the reason for that, if I may, if you want to hear about a restaurant, you kind of want to see the food too. So I think restaurant reviews lend more to vlogging.
Yeah.
Rather than a podcast, because you can't see the food. We can talk about it.
See your reaction while you're eating it.
Right.
Because, you can lie.
Right. So I think that kind of more lends itself to that, and I think that's why maybe those haven't done well.
Yeah.
But if you really like those, let us know, and we'll keep doing them. We just haven't done one of those in a while because they didn't really do well with numbers. And resort reviews have kind of met with mixed reviews. Some of them have done really good, others have not. So we're going to do another review today on the Boardwalk Inn and Villas at Walt Disney World. And we'll see how it does. But let us know if this is something that you like, or if you don't like, you want to see us do something different. Let us know.
Yeah.
Send us an email at startswithawish.podcast@gmail.com.
It's funny how I feel like the first few resorts we did, they were pretty popular. And then it kind of drifted off. But this one, I feel like, is a rising one that more people are starting to, like, get into. Or, like, it's piqued a lot of people's interest. Of what I've noticed. A lot of people are, like, booking it now. Not just DVC, but we'll talk about that, too.
So anyways, let's jump in. If you don't remember, we do this on a 5-point system. 1 to 5. 1 being do not recommend. 0 out of 10 stars.
0 out of 10.
Don't recommend. 5 being the best of the best. So 1 to 5 on each one of these 5 categories. We total it and then we average it out for our final score. Our 5 categories are location and transportation, theming, rooms, restaurant and food, options, and pools and amenities. So, starting with location and transportation. Go.
4.5.
Right out of the gate.
Starting out big. Boardwalk, for me, is going to be similar in score to the Beach Club for transportation because they are in the same area and loop of Epcot. So you can walk to Epcot, you can take a boat to Hollywood Studios, or you can walk to Hollywood Studios. You're a little bit closer, time-wise, walking, being on the other side of the lake, and then bus everywhere else. And then you also have the Skyliner right there to go to other resorts, if you so choose. So I think you have 4 different modes of transportation right there, including walking, which is way better than a bus.
I am going to agree with you, too, and give this a 4.5. And I give this one actually a slight advantage over the Beach Club and Yacht Club. I'm going to tell you why. By and large, you have the same options, right? You have the boat that can get you to either Hollywood Studios or Epcot. You can walk to either Hollywood Studios or Epcot at either of these. You're within close proximity to the Skyliner. You have to take a bus to Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom, right? All that is the same across the board. But here's my slight advantage to the Boardwalk. Walking to Hollywood Studios from the Beach Club and the Yacht Club is a very long walk.
It is.
We're talking 20 minutes.
Yeah.
The Boardwalk, depending on which building you are in, is closer to Hollywood Studios. You may be a little bit further away from Epcot, but it's more of a central location where that option to actually walk to Hollywood Studios, I think, is much more feasible to do than from the Beach Club.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's why I said, like, you can, depending on where you are, you can walk to Hollywood Studios too. But you're right, the walk doesn't change depending on proximity of where you are at the Beach Club. It's always going to be a long walk.
You
so
can
that doesn't really
walk
help.
to Hollywood Studios from parts of the Boardwalk Resort within 10 minutes if you're moving real fast.
Yeah.
You're not doing that from the
if
Beach
you're at
Club
a pretty
and the Yacht
decent
Club.
clip.
So I give it a slight advantage because it is, I think, better located for the option of walking to either Epcot or to Hollywood Studios. So 4.5, I agree with that. But I do think, I don't remember what I gave the Beach Club for a point for location and transportation. And I hope I gave them a 4 and not a 5. Because I do give this a slight advantage.
Yeah.
So I'm going to call it a 4.5 for now, but I give this one the slight advantage.
Yeah.
Theming.
That's really hard for me, and I don't really know why. I'm going to say 3.5. I think it's really cute. It's very beachy. It's not in-your-face Disney. There are, you know, those hints of hidden Mickeys and all that stuff throughout the resort, but it's not as in-your-face. So it's very subtle. But I do enjoy it's a little more beachy than the Beach Club, which is weird, but, like, I feel like they take Boardwalk to, you know, the extreme, like, as they should. But it's a little more, like, carnival-y to me, like, with the pool and stuff. So it's a little less beach and a little more pure carnival with beach.
Yeah, I'm gonna push back here.
All right.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
A
I
5?
think the theming here is impeccable. At any deluxe resort, you do not have in-your-face Disney. That's just not gonna happen.
Nope.
The theming in this resort makes you really feel, with the whole boardwalk area especially, like you are in like Jersey, okay, walking along a boardwalk,
like you're ready
in
to have a
coastal
corn dog.
place.
Go on a Ferris wheel.
The beauty of this site too at
It
night.
is very colorful, and the lights, yeah.
The lights at night, it lights up beautifully. You get that really oceanside resort feel, and it's in every element of that hotel. It really pops. It gives you that, kind of...
It is very colorful.
It gives you that Coney Island resort feel. Like you're at Coney Island, like the theme park, that kind of turn-of-the-century theming.
And the pool, the same thing, like going up to the slide, it has that wooden roller coaster-esque...
We talk about the pools, don't.
Well, there's theming in the pool.
I know there's theming in the pools, but save that for the pool category.
All right. But that's a crossover.
It is a crossover,
It's an
but
overlap.
save that for that.
All right.
The theming here, down to every last detail, is very good. And for a deluxe resort, I have to give this a 5.
Wow.
And it does have those slight touches of Disney in there too, so 5 out of 5 for theming for me. Rooms.
That's bigger than I thought you would go for that. But, rooms, I think overall I'm going to go 4 for rooms. I feel like that's a good middle ground. I think there's a lot of different options. This is also, as kind of foreshadowed before, a DVC resort. So you do have deluxe studios, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. This one have a 3-bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
It does have a 3-bedroom. As well as like the standard deluxe studio room. So you have quite a range of options. I found when we went that our room was very big. Mm-hmm. It was definitely bigger than the beach club. Mm-hmm. Just for, I believe we were in just a deluxe studio.
Right.
When we went too.
We were.
And that year we went, a different family member was in a 1-bedroom. Mm-hmm. And they had the tub, and it was the first time kind of branching out into that 1-bedroom thing, and we were all very impressed with the theming and just the size of it, even just for a 1-bedroom. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with 4. Very neat, clean, refurbished.
Yeah, these were relatively newly refurbished rooms when we stayed in them. I have to go with a 4 here too. This is definitely above no, you know what? I'm gonna go 4.5. I don't think 4 does it justice. I don't think it's quite a 5. I don't think it's quite perfection, but I do think that it deserves that extra 0.5 because the rooms are very spacious. They're not as spacious as the rooms that you see at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Yeah. Especially for the DVC. I should point out that we're talking very DVC focused. Standard rooms are standard rooms. Right. But the standard rooms are pretty spacious too. So there's good amount of space. These are fresh rooms, very clean. The theming carries over into the rooms really well. And I will say too, my sister and brother-in-law had the room that was a 1-bedroom room, and if you were lucky enough to have a boardwalk view, which they did have, right? Wow,
that was crazy.
What a view!
Yeah, at night, I could literally probably sit out on their balcony all night. Yes, because you get to see the entire boardwalk, the entire lake. You get the beach club across the way. You have the fireworks that go off at Epcot that you can see. It was. Yeah, I think that was really what blew us away. When we first walked in, it was first the space and the bathroom. And then they were like, that's not even the best part. Mm-hmm. And then we went out on the balcony and we were like, wow. Mm-hmm. I would definitely request this if possible. That was really cool.
Yeah. All around, I think 4.5 for me is definitely where I'm going to go with the rooms for the boardwalk. Yeah. Restaurant and food options.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm going higher than the beach club. So I don't remember what I did for the beach club, but I do think it's higher. But I'm gonna go 4, and not 4.5. No 0.5 for me, just 4. there's a lot of options on the boardwalk itself. So there's a few, there's the bakery there, but there's not a lot of like all day things. Like I feel like a lot of them are like late lunch or dinner when they open, like those bar things. But there are a few restaurants over there too. Like what's that? Flying Fish is over there.
Trattoria Al Forno.
Yep, that one. There's the new ice cream place that just opened. There was, for those of you who remember, ESPN. They're just no longer there. But you're also a short walk from Epcot. And the problem is they don't really have like a food court.
Yeah, the Boardwalk Bakery is the closest that you get to that.
Yeah, so that's why I don't want to go 4.5, because you don't really have that. They have great food there, especially for breakfast. They're delicious, but you don't really have that lunch and dinner access for like food court. But you can do your refillable mug and all that stuff. So that's why I'm going to do 4.
Yeah, I'll go with a 4 too. I think that's a good number for it. There are a lot of good food options on the Boardwalk. Trattoria Al Forno usually gets very good reviews from folks, as does the Flying Fish, especially if you're into seafood. That restaurant always gets very good reviews from folks. The Boardwalk Bakery has some delicious options, not just baked goods, but also sandwiches, quick bites, stuff like that. You're not far away from the Swan and Dolphin, which has a lot of good options, the Beach Club and the Yacht Club, which have a lot of good options, and Epcot, which have a lot of good options. So even outside of the resort itself, there are a lot of good options. I do agree. I think that the one thing to knock here when it comes to food is the lack of quicker service options. There are some carts on the stands, more of stands than carts. There are some stands on the boardwalk itself, which do like corn dogs and other things like
pretzels, popcorn, that kind of stuff.
But the quick service options here, there's no real food court or any...
Yeah, you're not going to easily get chicken tenders or, something like that. I feel like even the Boardwalk Bakery was like, there was some cold sandwiches, there were some hot sandwiches, but it was kind of lacking in the sense of, lunch options for quick service.
Quick lunch options.
Yeah, quick ones.
You can go and you can sit down.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can get a takeout pizza from Trattoria Al Forno, which we've done in the past, which is very good. But you are lacking in that quick service realm. So I think that it's fair to knock it a point because it doesn't have that.
Yeah, I do have to say, too, it kind of does feel like you're walking out of the resort every single time you're going to eat, so it doesn't feel like you're going down to the lobby to the food court or right in your hotel to grab something. Like if you forget something or want to refill your mug, you're kind of going out of the resort onto the boardwalk into the bakery or into like one of those things too. So it does feel like it's a little more of a hassle.
Yeah, that's a good point with
I guess to get somewhere.
That's a good point with the refillable mugs being either at the pool bar or at the Boardwalk Bakery, which, depending on where you're located, may not be a big issue.
Right, yeah.
But depending on where you are in the hotel, it could be a pretty long walk and a little less accessible than it is in other hotels.
When we went, our room was pretty central to the pool. We had a pool view out of our balcony, so we were pretty central as far as like the U shape of the resort. We were probably like right in the middle. So when we had to go down through the lobby and out and around the pool to get out, it wasn't as quick as like, oh, I'm running down to the lobby. So don't think it's like, oh, I'm just hop, skip, and a jump down to refill it. You kind of...
when we talked about theming, I didn't mention the lobby, but I love the lobby of this resort.
You don't like those chairs, though, right?
The nanny chairs?
Yeah.
The nanny chairs are a little creepy. If you know, you know. If you don't know, go to the boardwalk and you will see creepy-looking chairs. They're nanny chairs. They have a story behind them.
Yes.
I'll leave you in
the mystery.
In the mystery of it for now. But... it's a simple lobby, which I'm usually not a fan of. I prefer the more grandiose Grand Floridians, Wilderness Lodges of the world, Animal Kingdom Lodges. But for a simple lobby, I think this one is elegant and done really well. And it does have the different castles from across the world, from the
Yeah.
different theme parks, which is a really kind of cool touch too as well. Anywho's, that's off track. Restaurants and food, I do agree. I think 4 is a solid number to place on it.
Mm-hmm.
Finally,
pools
and amenities. Keep in mind, both pools and other amenities, things to do on the resort.
Things to do. I really enjoy this pool. I did enjoy the pool. I should say I will. I like this pool. I like the theming. I think there is a lot to do around the resort with the boardwalk. So I'm going to go 4 for things to do around the boardwalk and the pool. You gotta knock the not sandy bottom of the beach club. But there is a kid area, there's a main pool, there's a slide that is now no longer a creepy clown that it was before. And the pool, the slide is the coolest part, I think, because it gives that white wooden roller coaster look to it, like if you were at an amusement park. So that's really fun. And yeah, everything about the pool is pretty big. I don't know exactly how big, but I feel like it is a really decent sized pool for where it's located, kind of in the middle of the resort. And there's other quiet pools too. But the boardwalk itself, not the boardwalk the boardwalk pier, has a lot of fun stuff that I think a lot of people overlook during the day and especially at night for like resort stay days. Mm-hmm. So there is a lot to do, especially those 4 or 6 people bike things that almost run you over.
Surrey bikes.
There you go.
I gotta go with a 5 here.
Really?
Yes. Not because of the pool itself. I'm judging this upon the holistic everything, the pool and all the other amenities and other available things to do at the hotel. The pool itself is a really neat pool. I like the theming. Mm-hmm. I used to like the creepy clown. I know a lot of people didn't, but I used to like it. Now it's got more of that Fab Five feel.
Yeah.
With the more modern cartoon characters of Mickey, Minnie, etc. on the roller coaster type slide. That's a fun slide. I actually really like that slide.
It's pretty long considering.
And the pool bar is really kind of cool, like theming with the carousel too. And it is a large pool for a Disney resort. So obviously not as large as the beach club and the yacht club, Stormalong Bay, but it is a pretty large pool. And there are a few quiet pools too, which are nice options as well. But man, oh man, the other amenities. I am hard-pressed to find another hotel that has so many cool things to do.
I actually just forgot after you were just saying all these things, and I was like, how could I forget? They have sunrise yoga, like, every morning on the green.
So, the green itself.
Yeah, the green is cool.
Right? There is this really cool area that is kind of artificial turf grass that's right outside of the main lobby. It's a nice green space. It really lends itself well to the movies that they do, and they do that at all the resorts, like the blow-up screens, and they show the Disney movies and stuff like that. But this really lends itself well to those kind of things. Other resorts, it kind of feels forced.
Like there's not really a spot for it.
Right.
Yeah. Kind of like they're trying to find a place.
It is the perfect spot for it. Then you have the dance hall. You have the dueling piano bar. You have Jelly Rolls, which is the dueling piano bar. You have Abracadabra, which is a really kind of cool little sit-down bar with elements in it. You have performers, which come out on the boardwalk and perform during the day and at night. So there's always something. The boardwalk always, whether it's the middle of the day or at night, feels alive with stuff that's happening. Sure, you can rent the Surrey bikes and go for a ride, but there are so many cool options of things to do here, whether you're talking just adults going out and having a good time at the dueling piano bar or going to the dance hall, or you're talking things for kids to catch kids' eyes and interactive things that they can do while at the hotel. And the pool, not my favorite pool in all of Walt Disney World property, but I think when we view all of it holistically, I am hard-pressed to find another resort that has such good amenities and options and things to do at the resort itself, besides maybe like an Animal Kingdom Lodge, which is a very different feel,
Yeah.
but literally has animals outside of it.
Yeah, I mean, this one does have, daily itineraries, just like all the resorts kind of have, with like the daily little happenings that are happening, for like pool game. The happenings that are happening.
The happenings
Yeah.
that are happening.
I don't feel good, Mark. The words are trying to make sense. All of the happenings around the resort when it comes to little things like tie-dyed shirts or games at the pool, sure. But like there's other things. They have the performers on the boardwalk, like they said. Even just having that morning yoga class for free, like if you really wanted to do it, there's a whole running trail that people go there specifically to walk and run that area. And their daily itinerary, I feel like, is much more robust, like you said. There's a lot more happening than just, some tie-dyed shirts and maybe a pool game. Or a movie at night.
Yeah, no, I think that this is a great hotel when it comes to if you have
So if you had like a staycation, you would like pick one of these.
Not just the staycation, but if you have a non-park day, you have a day that you've set aside that's not for parks or whatever, like this is a great hotel to stay at because you will stay busy and have plenty to do at your hotel if you have a resort day during your stay.
Yeah.
So I think this one is great in that category. For me, 5 out of 5 for pools and amenities. Okay. So.
All right.
The numbers are in.
Numbers are in.
So.
I feel like you were a lot higher than me this time around, so.
Not a lot higher, but I am higher. For Rachel, we'll start with Rachel. Location and transportation, you gave a 4.5. Plus, theming, 3.5. Plus, 4 for rooms. Plus 4 for restaurant and food options. Plus 4 for pools and amenities equals a total of 20. You divide that by 5, and that is an average of a 4. 4 out of 5 for Rachel. For me, location and transportation, 4.5, plus theming, 5, plus rooms, 4.5, plus restaurant and food options, 4, plus pools and amenities, 5. That is a total of 23. You divide 23 by 5, and that brings you to 4.6 out of 5 for me. I feel very good about that score. I feel good about
4 too, though.
I think the Boardwalk deserves every last decimal point.
Any little extra point you can give it.
4.6 out of 5. I feel very good about that. This is one of my favorite Disney resorts to stay at, and I highly suggest, if you ever get the chance, to stay at this resort. It'll be well worth it. And you cannot beat the location of it. You really can't.
Yeah. And
especially if you're a Hollywood Studios and an Epcot person.
There you go. That's all you
need.
No
better.
Yeah. Definitely all around really fun theme. Bright colors, soothing, but still really fun. Great location. Food options are there. Stuff to do. It's all in one. It's wrapped up with a pretty little bow.
Sure is. So, Disney's Boardwalk Inn and Villas.
Yep.
Stay there if you ever get the chance to. Well, folks, this has been another great episode. Hopefully you find this episode useful. Again, please let us know if this is something that you like. Resort reviews. Is this something you want us to do more of? We don't know if people don't tell us. Yeah. So please reach out to us. Send us an email at startswithawish.podcast@gmail.com. Contact us on our social media accounts. Follow us on our other social media accounts. And as always, remember, it all starts with a wish. We'll see you real soon.
Bye.